All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show on Onebar. KOC and Kwesi have their end of the year final press conference, which was interesting to say the least. Before we get into that, hit that sub button. Let's get to 14,000 subs. Hit the comments as well. So my goal here is to just wrap this all up, tie in a little bow on it in like 2 minutes to give you everything. All right, maybe 4 minutes. Give them everything that they said, anything worth noting. And, you know, usually these, and a lot of this was a lot of fluff. They're not going to come out and say, hey, Sam Darnold we're not going to re-sign him. We're moving on. JJ McCarthy's going to be our starting quarterback. But they did give a few things. Kwesi came out first. Just like I said, I'm gonna just ramble through this stuff really quick. His expectations were they were going to be a playoff team. Not surprised they were a playoff team. Quarterback talk, a lot of quarterback talk in both press conferences. The questions were asked, hey, do you want Sam back? And he just kind of gave the runaround. Yeah, Sam played incredible football, gave him rave reviews. He's going to approach the offseason and just see which pieces fit. Lame answer. He didn't say they got a lot of good options at quarterback. And in the NFL, that is a good thing to have. And I'm paraphrasing on a lot of this stuff. Whereas JJ McCarthy at this point, this was actually good. Saying that he's actually on the field, throwing, training, looks great, says he's absolutely obsessed with football. Big offseason from him coming up. He said he even just saw him right before he came on the press conference doing his thing out there. So love to hear that. Sam's play, did it change the thought of JJ McCarthy and what they're going to do with him? No, he didn't really give an answer on that. He did mention, which is kind of a no-brainer, but I'm glad he said it. He just said it was a great mental year for McCarthy, how much he learned off the field because unfortunately he couldn't play. Daniel Jones said he is definitely a potential option moving forward. I think we all agree if they move on from Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones makes a ton of sense to bring back at a backup spot. Offensive line. Questions on that. You know what? He did say they asked him about the interior offensive line. Do you have to fix it? They said, do you agree with Kevin O'Connell that needs to be addressed? He said he did agree with him, but kind of gave a runaround answer, basically saying, you know, changing up the offensive line or fixing the offensive line doesn't necessarily mean changing the people. Maybe it's the scheme, maybe it's the play calling, which made me want to vomit, because if he brings back the same 3 interior offensive linemen, I am going to crap myself. I'm just going to come on one of these videos and just let loose, because that can't happen. So I really, again, you can't put too much into these answers, but that one was the fact that he's saying, yeah, you know, maybe it's just play calling. What the hell? All right. Then somebody had the balls to throw it out there. Like, how do you assess your drafts? Which was funny. He was actually kind of like, he kind of stumbled around, really never really gave an answer. Did just, you know, said he needs to be better. He's learned so much being a first-time GM, and he's grown, and the growing has helped his hopeful future decisions. And then, of course, they asked him about the contract situation. He just basically said he's going to keep it private. Kevin O'Connell came out after him, and KOC looked like his dog just died. Clearly, he's probably still upset, very sad about how the season ended, but not the same up-tempo, rah-rah type of Kevin O'Connell press conference. TPP put it out there. I was kind of laughing. He said, heads up, he's not wearing any Vikings clothes or Vikings gear. All right, that might be digging a little bit. I'm not going that far, but he said nobody expected this season to be over. Nobody expected it to be over when it was over. Gave the whole proud thing. Hey, we're proud of everybody, love everybody in the building, things that he has to say. And he did say contract. They asked about the contract. Do you want to get this contract on this offseason? Instantly said yes. Which I was kind of surprised, because usually Kevin O'Connell kind of gives like the runaround answer where you think he just like, hey, those discussions are going to keep internally, we're going to keep private. But he said yes. Somebody asked him about the tensions. Mike Florio reported, you know, there's potential tension in the front office. He didn't say there wasn't. He just said he's going to keep it internal, loves ownership, and he's very fortunate, but was very, very upfront about wanting it to get done. So I'm starting to, you know, I don't know if there's tension, but there's something going on there where maybe he's just being pissy because it's not done yet. Whatever it is, that one was probably the biggest thing that stuck out to me. They asked Kevin O'Connell about Sam too. Runaround answers the whole time. They asked him about the last 2 games of Sam, if that really affected what he thinks. He said you got to look at the full picture. Excited about JJ McCarthy, run game. Said he was excited about that. Really raved about Aaron Jones. It'll be interesting to see if they bring him back. One thing that Kwesi did say that I don't think I talked about was he spoke highly of the Cam Robinson move. And he said it could potentially pay off in the future, which to me thinks maybe that comp pick in 2026. So I got this pie in the sky idea that they're going to bring him back and potentially play him at left guard. After hearing that, I'm a moron. It probably won't happen. I still want it to happen. But anyways, that's really it as far as takeaways. A lot of contract talk, a lot of questions that didn't get overly answered. Both these guys look like they were not happy. They looked sad, and they should be, because 14 wins and losing first round of the playoffs definitely deserves to be not overly giddy. So there you have it. Those were the Nuggets. Let me know down in the comments if you watched it. What was your biggest takeaway?